Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, June 22nd, 2023. Y'all know how we do it Thursdays here on News in Motion. Today is basically our Friday's Eve, so we are going to have a lot of fun today. We have a packed show for you today. We have everybody from the team here. Of course, we have Miss Gail Deli. Of course, you are listening to the one and only Mr. Isaiah Jones right now. We also have our youth ambassador, Lexi Williams. We have Deborah Johnson with the host of Right from the Heart. And we also have Kenny Stanley with Game Over. So we have a packed show for you today. So come on in the room, whether you are tuning in live or if you are watching the replay. No matter what time of the day is, we just want to say thank you for listening and watching News in Motion. For our audio podcast listeners, keep your eyes on that road. But we want to say thank you for tuning in as you are heading into the workplace, the gym, grabbing your coffee, whatever you're doing this morning. If you are watching the replay, thank you for watching on all platforms, whether it's through YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We just want to say we're so grateful for you. And how about this week's celebration of 3 years of News in Motion? It has been 3 years and we're just getting started. So y'all know what we do here. Let's get some news in motion.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is me, Gail Dudley. Yes, I'm still away, but I wanted to make sure I joined all of you on this Thursday. It's been a great celebration week. It's been a great celebration month, if I can say that. We're still looking for our actual anniversary date. No one has sent in an email. You can get a t-shirt and $100 if you can help us solve this. And that is for the first person who writes in with the correct information, the first person who emails us. You can hit my email at NewsInMotionWithGail@gmail.com to participate. Come on, y'all. Come on. I have nothing but my iPhone in front of me. So I believe I know Deborah Johnson and Kenny Stanley and Lexi and Isaiah are in the green room. I think I saw Fred Jones pop in here. I think I saw Latrice Jones pop in here. I believe I saw Adrienne pop in here. I believe I saw Deborah Sneed pop up in here. And I'm sure there's others, but I don't have any of that capability. But so you just got to go with it. Y'all, today is just a celebration. Before I get started, I need to say this to all of you. Just thank you. Thank you. Y'all, something that started out as my friends just saying, Gail, you light up every time you talk about news, headlines, politics. You're so, you have so much information. Please, please, please do something. Do a live, do something. And that actually came from Dr. Kim Carter and Cheryl Cosby. And so here it is. And 3 years later, y'all, we are still going. So many people thought it was just during the pandemic. I never even thought about the pandemic when I did it. I just decided to do it. I see Tanya coming up in here. Latrice Jones says, you look marvelous. Yay, thank you. Judy Neal, good morning to you as well. Y'all, this week has been power-packed. I've been at an event that can be somewhat difficult because of the views, but I believe we should be able to glean from anybody. And we also need to know what the other side is saying, whatever that other side is. So I'm away this week in their college higher education courses, and the courses are 90 minutes long, and back to back, you get 15 minutes in between each course. And so we're going from like 8 a.m. to like 8:30 p.m. And then, of course, afterwards, people are wanting to have conversation. I'm like, I'm in information overload. But I will be sharing a lot of that information with you all next week because we want to know about it. I see you, Tracy Knew Me. We want to be, we want to glean and learn. We need to know the strategy, and hopefully I can bring that strategy to you. With all of that being said, today, y'all, is Thursday, June the 22nd, 2023. I am your host, Gail Dudley. Y'all, you have blessed me for 3 years, and I just want to say thank you to all of you for hanging out with us as we were trying to find our way. And then when I knew I needed to start taking breaks, you hung in there with me. So I just want to say thank you. Welcome everyone who tunes in, whether you're watching the live video or you're listening to the live podcast or you're tuning in as a replay. I just want to say thank you. Without you, we could not do what we're doing. Y'all, it is our anniversary season. And before I go any further, I don't know if she's on here or not, but I want to give a shout out. Happy birthday to Stephanie Burbridge Hall. I was scrolling in one of the classes where I was trying to stay awake. I was scrolling Facebook and saw that it was her birthday, so I want to give her a birthday shout out. Y'all, today, this segment is all about call to action and celebrating our accomplishments mixed with a few headlines. So I'm going to kick us off. I see you, Marion Jackson. Our first call to action is to join us. We've been asking you this for a few weeks now. Join us in registering 3 people to vote. If you don't know how, tune into tomorrow's Politics and Prose podcast. What we did, we took the June 7th Wednesday workshop and we turned that into a podcast so that you can listen while you live. And that's from words of one of our own engineer, Gina Wink. So we want to always thank her for that quote. So the first half of the year, to give y'all some accomplishments really quick before I have to run off of here and the team will take it on. But I see you, Shardinia, coming in here. The first half of the year, we have accomplished the following. Number one, we have built up our News in Motion ambassadors. We now have ambassadors in 9 cities. That includes Atlanta, Dallas, Kansas City, San Francisco, Cincinnati, Columbus, Philadelphia, Detroit, and Jacksonville. So we're so excited. That's continuing to grow. If you're like, wait, what's a News in Motion ambassador? I might be interested. Just send us an email. We'll get that information out to you. We are still feeding individuals who face food insecurity. Y'all know that's a passion of mine to make sure people are fed. Since January 2023, y'all, we have collectively fed 14 families per month. I know when you hear 14 families, you say that's pretty low, but y'all, we're doing that per month. And each of those families have 5 individuals or more in a household. So that's what we're doing. So if you want to give, we can do it as small as $3 a month, just sending it to the Cash App or whatever you want to do. If you want to join us in doing that, please do so. We want to continue to keep those families fed. We want to keep them fed through the end of this year. We want to keep them fed ongoing, but we want to at least do our part to continue to feed those 14 families per month. Y'all, we now have 139 volunteers helping out with voter registration. We have several college students who are a part of this movement as well. So that's an accomplishment. I'm so excited about that. We have received invitations. Let's see, Latrice Jones, I'm going to do this because I cannot see this. She says, yes, News in Motion is going worldwide and can diverse voice. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all, listen, I want y'all to hear this. And I made Kenny swear to secrecy. And he did very well. Y'all, we have received, this is where News in Motion is now in our third year. We have received invitations to join live at the White House, join the press at the White House. Kenny with Game Over and me with Juneteenth, which just happened last week. But we didn't make it, and I'm going to tell y'all why. We made it through the vetting process. And I can go back to when my daughter and I, with the magazine, we would get invited to the White House. And the way they do their vetting system, and it's a security thing, they only tell you probably about 24 to 48 hours ahead of time. So you have to figure it out. Although you get the invitation about 2 to 3 weeks beforehand, and you have to turn that around. So you have to go through the vetting process. And then once you go through the vetting process, they let all of us know, not just us, between 24 to 48 hours. We live about 8 hours away from Washington, D.C. in Columbus, Ohio. So that's going to be pretty risky. So anyway, Kenny Stanley made it through the vetting process. But he was so far down the list, because they take them as you are turning them in and as the vetting system goes forward. He was so far down the list that he did not get in. And that was for Kenny put in the, when you come in, remind me if that was for the Kansas City Chiefs or no, it was the college athletics. So it was the basketball, NCAA basketball that he received an invitation to. And it came through News in Motion. We were so pumped. I had to call in. I said, don't think I'm crazy. I need your social security number. I need this. I need this. I need this. So he made it through the vetting process. I just wanted to share that with y'all. With me, I made it all the way through and actually received the confirmation to go to the Juneteenth. That was the Juneteenth. That was on the South Lawn of the White House. I was with Jennifer Hudson and others. But here's what happened. I did not find out. I did not get the final confirmation until it was last Wednesday, until 10:30 on Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Well, when I go to look at the flights and everything, y'all, there was not a flight going from Columbus, Ohio to Washington, D.C. direct under $1,000. Well, I had to weigh the consequence. Like, that's $1,000. I'll be there less than 24 hours. I still need to eat. And you have to be at the gate at a certain time. You have to go through security at a certain time. And I was thinking, even if I made this flight, it was a flight that was leaving at 1 p.m. I said, even if I made this flight, it would land at 3. I had to be at the gate by 4:30. You can't have luggage. You can't have any of that. I was like, I'm not going to make it, so I won't get in, so I cannot do that. But y'all, this is where we're going as News in Motion. So this is why we're going back to saying, hey, if you want to sponsor, if you want to sow a seed, if you want to give an advertisement or something, do that. Y'all, News in Motion, that's where we're going. Now, not only am I in the White House press pool, we're now getting invitations to actually go live. And we need to be able to have that, budget to say, yep, we can get this ticket. Don't think it's just News in Motion, y'all. Every press. So Washington Post, they can pop $2,000 for an airline ticket. They got it like that. USA Today, wherever people were traveling from California, people were traveling from out of the country, but their news outlets have that type of budget. We do not. So if y'all wonder why we're always asking every now and then, that's why. And now that this has picked up, y'all, in our 3rd year, more and more people are reaching out to us. Where I'm at right now, a man from Forbes walked up to me and said, "You're Gail Dudley with News in Motion." Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. His name is Joshua. And so we're in conversation. He said, I love what you're doing. He said, I love how you take the news, you add from all the aggregated news, and you deliver it. He says, he goes, I think what you're doing, and these were his words. He goes, I think what you're doing is actually brilliant. He said, because so many people do not read the newspaper. You're grabbing all that and you're reaching a community that may not otherwise know. And he goes, and then you're constantly educating. I was like, should I be worried? Is he stalking me or what? But he was on point. So I just want to share that. I see you, Kim Edmondson. I see you, Lori Wallace. So let me keep going. So I'm going to turn it off because I have no idea the clock on the thing. I have no idea what the clock is saying. So we received those invitations to the White House, both Kenny and myself, but he was so far down the list and they take so many people. And for me, it was so last minute, I could not find a flight less than $1,000. And I didn't know if I was going to make it through the gate. All right, y'all, our listenership and viewership has grown significantly. More than 1,000 people tune in daily via the podcast platform. We average on the video platforms around 200 people with regular downloads. Here's what's interesting. We don't see the real numbers when you're tuning in. So don't let those numbers fool you. Isaiah and I have this conversation every day after we get off the air because Facebook will pop up how many people viewed and how many actual icons we receive. We see 289, 300 and something, 500. It's like, where were these people? So don't let those numbers fool y'all. Y'all, this is what's happening, and they come. Y'all, as of this week, we will come alongside an organization called Bloom. It's a nonprofit organization that gives diapers and wipes to families. So stay tuned. I'm still meeting with with the executive director to get more. But y'all, there's a need for diapers and wipes. So we want to come alongside them. Y'all, for those of you who don't know, News in Motion is a media outlet that provides citizens with opportunities community to become more engaged in civic life through headline news, voter education, voter participation, and a call to action, all with an inspirational message. It is a grassroots movement designed to empower and motivate through informative and engaging content. Yes, y'all, I'm still reading a new thing. And I believe we have hit all of that. So I'm excited about this day of celebration. Y'all, this is not all of our accomplishments. It's just a taste of what we as a community have accomplished. And we could not do this without any of you. I want to thank all of you for your support, your prayers, for your viewership, for sharing, for giving, for all of those things that you've done. You stood with us when we would try memberships. That just didn't work for me. Okay, it didn't work. We tried. I was giving more hours and putting together the packets and the trainings and everything. Then it wasn't equaling out. So I had to give that up. So it's now about, we want to seek advertisers to come on the show and promote their goods, their services, commercials, and so forth. And I want to give a shout out to Carl Wright. Y'all, he's an amazing graphic designer. He did our latest update of our graphic. Absolutely amazing. Isaiah, if you have it, if you could pop that up for us real quick. There it is. Boom. There it is. That's the work of Carl Wright. So I just want to shout him out and thank him. Y'all, I am, as you all know, I am still away. And I will be throwing the screen over to Kenny Stanley in just a few moments with Game Over. Y'all, his viewership has increased by 26%. And then you'll also hear from Deborah Johnson today with DJ Right from the Heart. Her viewership has increased by 11%. Y'all, that's what we're doing right here with News in Motion. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am off to go do a class. Just real quick, next week we will be on all week. Then we will be take a short break until July the 5th. July 5th, when we return, it will be Young People Takeover. I will pop in every now and then throughout July. And then, as y'all know, August is our break. And then September, we're coming back full force looking at 2024 and the election. Listen, we want to, again, the team, want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't y'all go anywhere because they're coming with some stuff. So go ahead and bring in Kenny. Go ahead and bring in Kenny.
Hey, what's up?
Look, I'm so proud of you that you kept it quiet, that you had that. Because, and as you know, as I shared with you, I said, now, Kenny, the moment you give your social security number, they're going to watch everything we do. I said, so you can't share this. I said, you cannot say a word. He said, well, can I tell my wife, Kelly? No. I said, I haven't even told my husband. No, you can't.
That was the hardest secret ever.
Look. But one thing that we can say, Kenny, before I run and turn this over to you, one thing that we can say is that they know who we are.
Yeah.
As News in Motion and individually. And we now had the proof. We can show people this was my invitation.
This is my invitation.
Well, you go ahead and take the show away. The rest of the crew, y'all have a great segment. I will see y'all on Monday. So take it away, Kenny.
All right. Thanks, Gail. Hey, News in Motion family. Good morning. Welcome to Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. Hey, Major League Baseball is in full swing, and it is starting to heat up right with the All-Star game right around the corner. I think the All-Star game is July 11th, so it's right around the corner. And there are some teams in this league that are on fire, and a couple of those teams, they're surprise teams. Here are the scores from last night. The Tampa Bay Rays had 7 runs. The Baltimore Orioles had 2. Toronto Blue Jays beat the Florida Marlins 6-3. One of those surprise teams I was talking about, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Nobody seen this coming. They held the Milwaukee Brewers to one run in their 5-1 victory last night. Astros beat the Mets 10-8. I guess they was having batting practice last night because everybody was swinging for the fence. The New York Yankees had 4 runs and the Seattle Mariners had 2. The hottest team in baseball right now and winners of 11 straight. Yep, that's right. My Cincinnati Reds. I keep telling you that big red machine is rolling. They beat the Colorado Rockies last night 5-3 after a tie-breaking 2-run homer by Jake Fraley. Hey, these guys are on fire. They are on fire. I hope it keeps going. Keep it going. I want to see the Reds in the World Series. That's that big red machine. Hey, the All-State football schedule is out now, and they're going to open up the season on September 2nd against in the Big Ten matchup with Indiana. Okay, look, it's anniversary week. And I remember when Gail pitched a dream she had. I do believe it was me and my wife and Latrice Jones in the library during a workshop. But after the workshop, she pitched a dream. And I remember the first 15-minute show she did. Gail, your dream has taken off. You put it in God's hand, and it is blossomed into what you see today. News in Motion is being viewed everywhere in just 3 short years. News in Motion is being viewed everywhere. She has given so many people an opportunity to advance their platform. You just heard her say that I was vetted to go to the White House. Me, Kenny Stanley, was vetted to go to the White House to cover NCAA basketball press thing as they was being congratulated by the president. Me, Kenny Stanley. I never seen that coming. I started on a Saturday after Ohio State football games, just writing what I thought on Facebook. And Gail kept saying, Kenny, you need to do a sports podcast. Kenny, you need to do a sports podcast. I didn't know how I was going to do a sports podcast. And then Gail, she thinks she's slick, and she is slick how she did it. She did a sports thing on a Monday. She said, what do you think about the sports thing? I said, Gail, I can do the sport. She said, good, I see you. I see you on next Monday. I said, wow. Now here we go. I'm on Monday, I'm on Thursday, and then I have my own podcast on Saturday. This all leads to me getting vetted because we're being viewed everywhere. Being vetted to go to the White House. That's a great invitation. And like I said, that's a secret that I had to hold. I've been holding that secret for about a month and a half now. This is crazy to me, but I'm blessed. And thank you, Gail, for doing what you do. I'm just so grateful. I really am. Now remember, I need everybody to get out like we're pushing. Get people registered to vote. She says 3, but let's get as many people as we can registered. They have to exercise their right because we have to be the change that we want. And if we're not the change, to be that change, we got to get out and vote. Hey, that's sports for me. I'm getting ready to kick it over to Deborah Johnson. That's game over. I'm gonna see y'all on Saturday at 6:30. Thank you so much. I love you guys at News in Motion. Gail, thank you so much. I love you too. Hey, game over. I see y'all on Saturday. How you doing, Deborah?
Hey, good morning, Kenny. That is fabulous. And you know what? You have done an amazing job. I'm just watching your show grow and grow. And your
tell your son, tell your son I said thank you too for sending information through you.
Okay.
About the sports thing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This was wonderful. Absolutely. Yeah. Good morning.
All right. Thank you.
All righty. Happy anniversary, News in Motion. And good morning, everyone. I just love starting my day off with News in Motion. I just can't tell you enough what it means to me to have all of you, to have Gail, oh my goodness, have a dream that she followed through with. And because of this, we get to do life together. Seriously, I'm on my cruise and I could have just slept in and I realized, wait a minute, I've got internet. I can jump on. And it just felt good to have that connection. I just want to say thank you, Gail. Thank you for your dream. Thank you for listening to the voice of God. Gail is such a godly, follow the Lord, figure out what to do, listening to his voice. And it's made a difference for all of us. The reason why we're able to do life together is because she had this dream and she keeps at it. I can't tell you what it means. And now her laser focus to get us all to vote means everything. She's actually transforming this country one vote at a time. And we can do our part by doing that very thing, encouraging everyone to vote. And that leads me to the story that I found that it just fell right in line to my mission. And my mission is to get everyone to write by hand, to write from the heart. And I just want to say that I found a story on NPR that was fascinating to me. It was a story by Jill Sudi, and she found out that emotions make you, not only do emotions make you decide to vote, there's one emotion in particular that will encourage people to vote, and that is gratitude. They did a study at the University of California at Berkeley, and what they found out was when people were encouraged by a written postcard to vote, they were 3% more likely to vote than any other control group. So the regular control group did not get a postcard. The other group got a reminder just saying, don't forget to vote, November the 2nd's voting day. And that slightly moved people going out to vote. But the real push came from people saying, thank you so much for taking the time to go out to vote, sending this before it's time to vote. Thank you for registering. You make a difference. Your vote matters. That kind of things. Writing a note to your family members, writing a note to your child, writing a note to the person down the street, writing a note to someone you don't even know, someone that just complained to you, someone that said, it doesn't matter. Sending them a note and saying, I know you don't think your vote matters, but it does. Thank you for registering. Thank you for getting out in the rain and voting. Even when the rain is coming up, you do that kind of thing. But it makes a difference. Our voice makes a difference, but it makes a difference when we put it in writing. When people see your handwriting on a little postcard, you don't even have to buy a postcard. Get a 3x5 card or a 4x6 card and put a stamp on it. If you use a 4x6 card, a regular stamp, and just write a note. You can decorate something on the front. You can tell them where their polling area is. You can do the legwork for the person. I had someone do that for all of us, a group of women. They went out and made sure where we voted, who our elected officials were, and they did it all and sent us a note. It made a difference. I just implore you to write. I'm challenging you. At least 3, and maybe 5 postcards. Go get some Columbus postcards. Go get a postcard with another message on the front. You can make your own message, but write a note. If you don't have a postcard, just write somebody, but write by hand, write from the heart, and thank someone for voting. Research has shown it actually makes a difference. So get out there and help to get out the vote. This is the way that we can thank Gail for her vision, for her dream. Is every little bit counts. I want to say thank you to you personally for following my show, for giving me hints and tips and hints of how I can make things better. Gail, thank you. Thank you for News in Motion. Happy 3rd anniversary. You make a difference, and you've certainly made a difference in my life. And now I'm going to turn it over to Isaiah. Have a great week, and we look forward to the Young People Takeover. Take care.
Good morning to you, Miss Deborah Johnson.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. You are doing the thing. Our DJ, our production officer, you're doing it all. We're so proud of you, Isaiah. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm so glad that you're in school doing your thing.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So my call to action is also in celebration of News in Motion's 3rd year anniversary. I have 2 call to actions. One for the young people. It is important that you register to vote. Myself, I am a 20-year-old African American male in America, and I've registered to vote the year I turned 18, which was back in 2020. It's very important. I know it may not seem important, it may not seem like a big deal, but it is definitely important. Your voice, your vote, it has an impact. It can make a change. So it is important that we register our young people, especially our high school seniors, who are of age to vote, to register to vote. Emphasize that as much as we should emphasize financial literacy in school and our health as well. So that's my first call to action. My second call to action is also for the young people as well. Just basically finding a trade, doing whatever makes you happy, whether it's going to school, whether it's working, whether it's finding a job, going to the military, finding your trade. Um, for me, it was a mixture of both, of working and going to school, and the leap that well, my church, New Salem, and News in Motion have given me, just in terms of growth, both mentally, and emotionally as well. Um, without News in Motion, I would probably still be, sleeping in the morning. But now I'm a morning person, and it's all because of News in Motion and Miss Gail Dudley. So I just wanted to say thank you, Miss Gail Dudley, for not only giving me an opportunity but a platform to hone my craft, to hone my skills, and because of you, I've just taken a leap from being, a behind the scenes kind of guy to occasionally making an appearance nowadays. Stepping out of my comfort zone, because I am definitely not a on screen type of guy. I'm more of the behind the scenes, but it's because of News in Motion that we talk about the tough news, and you know we have fun, but we also we step out. We step out of our comfort zone. We we expand, and that's what we're doing with getting invitations to the White House, and that is incredible to hear. And we're just getting started. So my call to action is for the young people to either find a trade, in terms of going to school, working, military, whatever that may look like, and also for our high school seniors to not only walk across the stage and receive a diploma, but also a voter registration card. So that is my call to action. I'm going to toss it over to Lexi, who will bring us a few headline news, her national days, and the inspirational message. So good morning to you, Lexi.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm up here. I'm here. So it's always a good day to be alive. So I'm here. I'm good.
I
I'm
know
good.
that's right. I'm going to let you take it away.
Yes, sir. So let me know, everybody. You're in the chat. Good morning. Good morning, News in Motion family, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Of course, all of our podcast listeners, thank you, and keep your eyes on the road. I know y'all are still in here with me, so let me know you're in the chat. Say hello. Say hello. I promise you I will say hello back. But let's get into this good news. So it's the truth from the youth. Good morning, Miss Kim Edmondson. I call her Auntie Kim. But anyways, good morning, everybody. Good morning, News in Motion family. And of course, I guess everybody else is done it, so I got to put in my piece too. I would love to say thank you to my Auntie Gail for believing in me. And it was 2 years ago, in the midst of COVID, when she heard that I started to watch her, and she believed in me and wanted to see what I could do here on News in Motion. And if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be here reporting to you all today and having the courage to get up here and speak in front of y'all, and always getting notes from her and doing youth takeover because she trusted me and Isaiah so much. And so I just wanted to say thank you, and I love you so very much, and keep believing. And your vision is absolutely amazing, and I just can't wait to see it soar already more than it already has. And so I'm very, very grateful and happy to have an auntie like you, who is a visionary and always willing to step outside the box no matter what anybody says. But okay, good morning. Good morning, Sharendina. Miss Shardina, good morning, Auntie Kim, good morning, Kalani, good morning, Mom, good morning, Marion Jackson, good morning, Lori Wallace, good morning, Miss Deborah Johnson, good morning, Regina Shorts, good morning, Miss Shardina again. But okay, let's get into the news. So this story comes from AP News. Now let me know in the chat, do I have any meat lovers? Steak, ground beef, what's your favorite type of meat? Let me know. Um, if you don't eat meat, that's your business. Go ahead, do you do? Boo, okay, that's your business. But I eat meat, fried chicken, preferably nice and crispy outside. Don't come for me. Do you like a leg or do you like a drum? Well, let me know what you think. What type of meat do you like? But this story may become a shock to you. I'm not sure that I would ever try this, but let's see what you guys think. On Wednesday, U.S. regulators approved the sale of chicken made from cells. Pause. Chicken made from cells. Okay. This has managed to evolve in California. 2 companies there to provide lab-grown meat to restaurants throughout the nation, which will eventually become on supermarket shelves. You like chicken and fish preferred? Okay, fried fish. We see you. We see you. Yes, absolutely. And you said, Miss Kim Evans said, we're so proud of the News in Motion staff. Well, thank you. We love to do what we do. Of course, working for the visionary like my auntie Gail, it's an honor and a pleasure to be able to do what we do. So I quote from AP News, the agricultural department gave the green light to Upside Foods and Good Meat, firms that have been racing to be the first in the U.S. to sell meat that doesn't come from slaughtered animals. What's now being referred as cell cultivated or cultured meat as it emerges from the laboratory and arrives on dinner plates. This approval will begin in newer ways for the meat industry. Growing meat through chicken cells can reduce harm to animals, grazing, and animal waste. I quote, instead of all of that land and all of that water that's used to feed all the animals that are slaughtered, we can do it in a different way, said Josh Tetrick, co-founder and chief executive of Eat Just, which operates Good Meat. Kim Evans said she does not want to do live meat. And good morning to Miss Shirley Nicholson. I know, right? It's disgusting. I don't know about that. So both companies went through the proper inspection process to have these meats approved through the U.S. A manufacturing company called Join Biologics, which works with Good Meat, was also cleared to make the product. These meats are grown in steel tanks using the cells from a live animal, whether it be from a fertilized egg or a pack of cells. Okay, let's pause. A fertilized egg. And so you expect me to get some meat from fertilized eggs. Fried chicken specifically. Where am I going to get my fried chicken from? Marion Jackson said, chicken and fish. I read that story and say, no, thank you to cultivated chickens. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I need my fried chicken. Okay. That's just, I'm solid in that. I'm not moving. Okay. So after those meats are fertilized and grown, I quote from AP News, in Upside's case, it comes out in large sheets that are then formed into shapes like chicken cutlets and sausages. Good Meat, which already sells cultivated meat in Singapore, the first country to allow it, turns masses of chicken cells into cutlets, nuggets, shredded meat, and sautés. Okay. Oh, Miss Shardina said, I love swai fish. Please tell me I say that right. Oh boy. Okay. But that's a wonderful type of fish. You're going to put me onto it because I don't think I've ever had that. They may be coming to restaurants, but don't expect to see them in grocery stores anytime soon. AP News gathered cultivated chicken is much more expensive than meat from whole farmed birds and cannot yet be produced on the scale of traditional meat, said Ricardo San Martin, who is the director at the Meat Lab at University of California, Berkeley. One of the first restaurants to receive this meat will be partnering with the manufacturing company I mentioned earlier, Upside, called Bar Crin in San Francisco. I quote, globally, more than 150 companies are focusing on the meat from cells, not only chicken, but pork, lamb, fish, and beef, which scientists say has the biggest impact on the environment. Upside recently had a tour where over their 70,000 square feet building where their chef Jess Weaver was cooking the new cultivated chicken in front of their guest. They later said the finished chicken breast product was slightly paler than the grocery store version. Otherwise, it looked, cooked, smelled, and tasted like any other pan-fried poultry. I don't know about that. Who was tasting it? Was it seasoned well? I don't know about that. I can't just have any plain Jane. If you're going to tell me that it's soul cultivated, Marion Jackson said, if it comes down to it, I will raise my chickens to make sure I will be eating real chicken. Take me to your farm. We'll start a farm together. I will do marketing, and we can do that. We can work a team because this isn't gonna work for me. So if some people say it tastes good, I might taste it, but that don't mean I'm sticking to it. Okay. So tell me what you think. Would you try this new meat? I guess if it's considered meat, sure. So here's my call to action for you. Take care of your health. Watch what you eat. Be careful because what you put into the world is what you always will get back. Take care of you first because it not just affects you, but those around you. Shirley Nicholson said, so glad my family still has hogs, cows, and chickens. Exactly. Okay. Do they provide nutritional content? Not yet. So they went through the proper inspection, so I'm assuming so. I'm sure we can find that. But where I found this, not exactly there was their nutritional content, that's a good point because I find that kind of suspicious. So Kim Edmonds said, right, Marion, it sounds like I need to get a chicken coop. Exactly. You're going to have to get a chicken coop to get it together. Now, here we go with our national days. National Be Kinder from nationaldaytoday.com. Be Kinder Day, celebrated every year on June 22nd, is a special holiday that honors and pays tribute to a young girl who cares about her community and those around her. It also tells us to be kind to others no matter what life puts us through. Do you know what kindness can convert into? Love. Yes, witnessing acts of kindness produces oxytocin, the love hormone, which helps lower blood pressure and improves our overall heart health while making us feel happy. So see, taking care of your health and being kind can have it's a one-way street here, people. So today is the day of the Dragon Boat Festival, the day of the Glattonsbury Festival, the National Chocolate Eclair Day, National HVAC Tech Day, National Kissing Day. Go snack a kiss from your boo or you know who and give them a little peck or whatever. Tell me if I'm saying this right. Limoncello Day. It's a drink. I don't know if I said that right. Regina Short said, I wonder if restaurants will have to let public know if they're serving the. That's a good question. I wonder like how they put on the menu. Will they put like it's a cultivated meat or something? Or, ooh, they better not surprise me with that or I'll be mad. I'll be running around like a hothead. National Onion Ring Day, National National Pet Choking Prevention Day. I'm sorry, I scared myself. Positive Media Day and World Rainforest Day. So be careful on social media, of course, as always, but you take the time to share something positive, whether you have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever. Just put something positive out there or maybe an inspirational message. Like we're about to segue right into, come on, segue. You see what I did there? Come on, segue. All right. So let's get to this inspirational message. So Isaiah can throw up my graphic, but administering your healing, right? It comes from 2 Corinthians 5:17. Excuse me, which says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone and the new is here. Oh, it's pronounced limoncello? Okay, look, noted. I'm probably never going to drink that in my life. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But noted, most definitely. My mother can try it. She can make me a mocktail. There we go. Come on, mocktail. We see you. But like I said, 2 Corinthians 5:17, which says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, and the new is here. Okay, so next slide, I'll keep talking about this, but we'll see where this goes from here. So how do you acknowledge what is healthy for your mental and emotional health? Well, I think it's what you put yourself around. What you surround yourself with is a very important piece to acknowledging what's healthy for your mental and emotional health. Are you recognizing, or are people around you recognizing that you're acting a little different than usual? Or are you just doing things that you wouldn't do? Or are you feeling peer pressured in a sense, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So just take the time to maybe journal or find something that makes you happy, or just talk to somebody and they can probably help you recognize, because you need somebody to call you on your bluff sometimes. Everybody needs that one person. You can't just walk around on your high horse. That's not how that works. Or you'll never be able to acknowledge whether you're doing something that's healthy for you or not healthy for you, and acknowledge the fact that it's okay that you've been doing that for so long, but we need to find a way to make a step forward, right? Okay, so next slide. Let's see. Recognizing your emotional denial for your own happiness would be taking a healthier first step. Like we just said, let's recognize the denial, or maybe it could be in the 5 stages of grief. It could be, you could be going through any situation or anything at all. Just acknowledge your feelings and keep moving forward. You can't hold yourself in that same position, right? So I'm gonna check out the comments here. Marion Jackson, yep, and an inspirational message, administering your healing, 2 Corinthians 5:17. Ooh, Jesus. Thank you for the technical difficulties. Here we go. All right, next slide. What does deciphering what friends are healthy for me look like? Okay, what do you think? In the comments, let me know. What do you think? What does deciphering good friends look like for you? It could be young people. And Isaiah can come in and talk about this for a second with me. But what does deciphering what friends are healthy for me look like? What does that look like to you? Let me know.
What that looks like to me, deciphering what healthy friends look like. People, like you said, people who are able to pour into you, who build you up when you're at a low point in your life, and kind of like what I talked about earlier this week in reciprocating energy. If you show up for someone, then you usually expect them to show up for you. So that's what a healthy friend looks like. Someone that you can laugh with, but someone that you can also motivate. So kind of like an ironing sharpen iron type of friend.
Right, exactly. Well, I think you said it just about everything I was gonna say. But yeah, absolutely. That's what a healthy friend should look like. If they're holding you in the same position, or they're not pouring into you, or they're not. I'm not saying everyone has to be on a godly path, but you should be pouring that godly path into them. Like the energy that you put out into the world should be the energy that you're getting back, right? So if you're not getting that same energy, I don't want that negative, depressing energy around me, and that's just going to drag me down at the end of the day, right? So whatever it is that I want to do, I need to be able to accomplish it in a positive and healthy mindset. I can't do that if I have negative friends around me. I'm not going to sit there and sit in the same place. As I always say, stay in the same place that when God has so much more for you, because you won't allow it to happen because you're stuck around these same depressing and anxietized minded people. That doesn't work for you. It's not what God has for you. So you need to keep moving forward and let go of what was old and let in what is and what is new, right? Okay, and the next slide, let's keep it moving because we're running on time here. So today we're declaring healing. I will no longer be held back by past relationships, feelings, or things that are not what God has for me. I acknowledge that I deserve every good thing that comes my way because I owe that much to myself. I will keep a good support system around me. If you're not for me, that is your loss. God said he will never leave me or forsake me, so I will continue to stand firmly on his word. Okay. And Miss Deborah Johnson said, healthy friends respect your boundaries, support you, and make you better. Exactly. So I think if you want to take a little screenshot of this and keep this in mind when you want to declare your healing, when you need to keep remembering that I need to move forward, I need to administer my healing constantly throughout my life, right? And Kalani said, someone who is there for us and someone who is caring. Always, always, always. And Miss Kim Edmondson said, yes, reciprocating energy. Absolutely, absolutely. You need to keep reciprocating that energy that you put out into the world. If you don't get it back, either you're doing something wrong with your character or something's really up. But that's my inspirational message for you today. But Isaiah can come on back in here and get us out of here, man.
I mean, what more is there to say? Like, what more is there to say? Y'all know what we do here on our Thursdays. Again, happy anniversary to News in Motion. 3 years. It may seem like a long time, but like I said in the beginning, we're just getting started. So let us be serious about our call to actions and getting not just ourselves registered to vote, but our young people as well, because their voice, their input, their vote matters. So let's get our young people to vote. If you know a recently graduating high school senior, talk to them, their parents, their families, ask them if they're registered to vote. Tell them and emphasize the importance of this, y'all. With this upcoming presidential election next year, we're gonna need all the votes we can if we want to build a better world, not just for the current generation, but the next 3 to follow us. But to Miss Gail Dudley, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for News in Motion. Thank you for giving us relevant commentary and a call to action every week. To all of the staff, Lexi included, Kenny, Deborah Johnson. Thank you all for all that you do. Thank you for our viewers and our podcast listeners. Y'all are our family. Y'all are our village. Latrice Jones said, I need Lexi's Cash App for this word, and I'm going to need a copy of this message to share with a few people.
I got you. If anybody wants a copy, just send it to News in Motion, and I'll get it out to you. I promise you. I keep a reminder. Just in case you couldn't get your screenshot, you're going to get your healing. We're going to administer it for you. All right? We got you.
Now, remember, y'all. She made this PowerPoint on her own, so she has all the copyright, all of that.
Right, but don't make me have to copyright it now. Don't take my stuff now. I put hard work into
that. Well, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoy your Thursday and your weekend. Be safe. Share a smile with someone today, and y'all know we say here: make some bold moves. We will see y'all next week.